The night was thick with fog as the group of paranormal investigators made their way up the overgrown path to Ravenwood Asylum. Max, the confident leader, wielded his EMF meter with a sense of authority, while Tom, the tech specialist, set up cameras and mics along the crumbling walls. Linda and Sarah, the twins with a knack for sensing spirits, exchanged nervous glances as the ancient iron gates creaked open, revealing the dilapidated facade of the asylum. Inside, the atmosphere was oppressive, the air heavy with decay and unsettled spirits. They set up their base in what appeared to have once been a nurse's station, the only place that didn't make their skin crawl immediately. As the night wore on, they began to explore, their flashlights slicing through the suffocating darkness. Their first encounter was subtle, a flicker of movement in the corner of Max's eye, a whisper that seemed to come from nowhere. But soon the activity escalated. In one hallway, the lights flickered manically, casting erratic shadows that seemed to dance with malicious glee. Furniture scraped across the floors, moved by unseen hands. Sarah felt icy fingers brush her neck, sending her into a silent, paralyzing panic. The group's attempts to rationalize the phenomena quickly dissolved, replaced by a growing sense of dread. In the former patient's recreational room, spectral figures began to manifest. At first, they were mere wraith-like forms, barely discernible from the darkness. Then, they took on more defined shapes, lost souls trapped in an eternal loop of torment. Tom captured it all on his night vision camera, but the battery died just before the most terrifying sight, a shadowy figure stretching its arms towards Linda. The tension boiled over in the asylum's basement, an off-limits area now a labyrinth of horrors. Here, the malevolent entity made its presence truly known, its form a grotesque amalgamation of sorrow and rage. It whispered their names, taunted them with dark truths, and turned their equipment against them. The investigators frantically tried to leave, but the entity sealed their exit. Max led the charge against the force trapping them inside, but every step felt like wading through thick mud. They stumbled upon old patient records that hinted at cruel experiments and unspeakable acts committed in the asylum's darkest days. Each piece of evidence left them more horrified. Each corner turned revealed a new terror. Finally, the entity revealed its origin, a patient who had been tortured beyond the brink of madness. It was his anguish that now fueled the asylum's horrors. As the investigators' sanity frayed, they realized their only hope was to confront the spirit head-on. In a climactic showdown in the asylum's central atrium, the investigators used their last reserves of courage and knowledge of exorcism to battle the entity. The asylum groaned as though alive, walls bulging and windows shattering under supernatural pressure. The air was choked with ghostly wails and the stench of brimstone. In the end, the entity was weakened but not vanquished. The investigators managed a narrow escape as dawn's light broke through the asylum's shattered windows. Though they survived, they left Ravenwood Asylum with a chilling understanding. The entity was still there, waiting for the next group of unsuspecting souls to cross its threshold.